Welcome back. This is now part 2 of 3, where we're exploring 6 different types of elbow strikes in Wing Chun. Thank you very much for joining us on our journey. Now let's get going. We've just done a punch over here, and then we need to turn an elbow. What's the scenario? The scenario is you've done your initial punch and someone's good, they've got good head movement and they've advanced, good head movement and they've advanced. So we've missed our first and we need to turn for the second. We've missed the first, we turn for the second. Here. 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 Turn. Here. Turn. And a good reference for this, those of you that do Wing Chun in particular, is your Chung Q. Here you've got this elbow, which was our first one we looked at, and you've got this one, which we're looking at now, going back, alright? Coming back on the person. And it can be high, like I said, it's this sort of scenario I'm talking about, right? It could be a bit lower as well. So if they've gone under, and your timing was such that you've caught them here, it's going to be a more downward elbow, okay? If they've gone under and gone round here, it might be a more horizontal elbow. We can also use that with an advance. So I punch here and I step across. So we've got a forward step, then a side motion. And a forward step and a side motion. Forward step, side motion, forward step, side motion. Let's look at the third one. This is our next elbow. We're rising upwards. Up, 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 up. Still using that turning motion. And we're driving the hip, this whole side of the body forwards as we strike on this sort of lifting elbow, this rising elbow. It can also be done advancing as we step through here with the back foot stepping through or the front foot. But if we put that into a scenario, we can imagine that some sort of strikes come through. I've done like a lap style grabbing motion on the inside and I've pushed my palm into the jaw, lifting the head. As I push here, I can now step through an elbow strike. Now I can do the same on the opposite side, an elbow strike. There's a spring sort of lever here, because as you push, you're basically pulling this arm and you're pushing the jaw. And so what you're doing is you're taking the head beyond the center of gravity, and when you let go, these two parts are going to want to come back together. And that's when we're going to step in with the elbow, because the head is now coming back into a range which is going to amplify that sort of impact. One question might be, do you step on this foot or do you step with this foot? And that answer comes through what you feel. It's a sensitivity answer, right? So when you're pushing here, so I've gone back and I've pushed the jaw here. If my arm extends a lot, then I'm going to use my back foot to step through. The reason is because my back foot is going to allow me to cover more distance. But I can feel that based on how far they've gone and how much spring, and that informs the timing I've got. If their head hasn't gone very far, then I'm going to step on the same leg because I don't need to cover as much distance. Right, so that was number 2 and 3. In the next one, we're going to be covering 4, 5, and 6. So that's going to be the downward elbow, it's going to be this backward elbow, and it's going to be a diagonal over. Let's get started.